Hey, what's up and welcome. I'm the one and only West Coast King, and welcome back to the LAFC career, where today we do have some good games coming up. To start off the early part of this season, we have a couple games against LA Galaxy. I don't know if we'll get to the second one, which will be in the US Open Cup, which is a big priority for us this season. We got to focus on that US Open Cup. I'm still yet to win a domestic cup in all of FIFA 19, whether it's in this series or any other series that I've done. Haven't won a domestic cup. So I really would like to try to get at least past the quarterfinal, maybe, in this year. I want to win the damn thing, honestly. But we are going to be starting off with a derby against LA Galaxy as well. And before we get into that, we have some other stuff to take care of. So at the beginning of every season, I check up on Giles Barnes, just because somehow he's become my main rival in this series and just generally the bane of my existence. But I just want to see if he's A, still at Colorado, and B, if he's on an expiring contract, so maybe he might be moving on at the end of the season, because I don't really want to see that. I like him to be there and us to have kind of a team to go up against every year. We seem to play them every year in the playoffs. But unfortunately, I guess, if you want to look at it like that, this will be his last year. Not only is he not going to be coming back to Colorado, he's not coming back at all. He's actually retiring at the end of the season. I'm kind of sad to see him go. I'm not going to have an excuse anymore. There's going to be no more blame Giles Barnes. But I guess if he gets a regen next year, if we still do another season with LAFC, if he gets a regen, I'll try to bring him in. Maybe we'll see what happens. But it's actually kind of bittersweet. I'm a little sad to see him go. Our next bit of business is with the young Fabio Barros, who was our first round draft pick in the last MLS draft. He finally turned 16, so he's eligible to be called up to the senior team, and I have gone ahead and done that. The issue here, and the reason why I have not taken a striker in the MLS draft up to this point, is because I don't know what their weak foot is going to be until I do call them up to the senior team. And weak foot is probably the number one thing I look for in a striker. I really need them to be able to score with both feet, because a lot of times you just don't have the time or the luxury to get the ball onto your stronger foot all the time. And unfortunately for Barros, he only has a 2-star weak foot. I need at least a 3-star weak foot, preferably even a 4-star weak foot. I don't think that that's going to cut it for us. He's only 59 rated. He's going to go out on loan this season anyway. He's probably never going to see the field this year. And even if we continued the series for any length of time, I doubt that he'd end up in our first team. We just haven't had good luck with first round picks, have we? I mean, even George Wolf, who was the first round pick 2 years ago, he's still out on loan, and he doesn't look like anything really all that special. He's not particularly quick, not particularly shifty. He's not really good at any one thing. He's not great at any one thing. So I don't know. I don't know what it is about first round picks for us, but they just haven't worked out all that well. All right, so now we are ready for the first game today. We are going to be at Bank of California Stadium to take on the LA Galaxy. Our first team is fully fit and ready to go. So let's do this thing. All right, well, we are here in season number 4, and the LA Galaxy have yet to add a single player so far in this career. So, yay for realism in FIFA, I guess. Oh my god, maybe they don't need to add players. They're passing the ball around like freaking... Oh, he hit Pacheco right in the pills. Good lord, Boateng, that was disrespectful. It's 1-0 LA. Well, that was not only disrespectful, but highly effective. What in the world is going on here? Oh my god, the passing from LA Galaxy in this game. It was almost 2-0. I'm just sitting here watching. I don't know what to do. What is this team? Our free kick for LA Galaxy now. Alessandrini hits the crossbar. What is going on? Why is LA Galaxy so damn good all of a sudden? In there for Vela. Quick shot. Carlos Vela almost caught Bingham sleeping there. That was close. That almost got us back in the game. Well, it actually ends up as a corner for us. I guess it took a deflection off of somebody. We're not winning that corner. We're not winning that one. But Andrew Michaels, looping shot! Andrew Michaels just hit a banger from the outside. I don't know if you can call it a banger. It was on the half volley, so it had the dip on it. And I think, did Bingham just not see it coming? He reacted so late, but Andrew Michaels does not usually score a lot of goals. Gets a big one there, and we're back in this thing. 16 minutes in, it's 1-1. Lord, LA Galaxies have so many numbers back all the time. Boateng is chasing Vela. That's not a foot race we're going to win very often. But we do have a ball here through for Brett Evans. Shot knocked down. Oh, Julian Green missed. Uh-oh. Oh, my goodness. Oh, that's a good play. But we're covering it well, and they're forced back. Oh, God, these damn one-touch passes. I don't even... Oh, please someone pick that up. Oh, my God. I'm sorry. What did Kamara just do? He missed the shot. Dickhead. How did he nutmeg Walker Zimmerman there? Seriously, I had that ball dead, or maybe it might have been Andrew Michaels. What the hell happened? Oh, here we go, straight up the middle. That was supposed to be up the middle to Adekoya. Instead, Umar brings it around in there for Adekoya. Probably could have taken a little bit more time, faced the goal, then shot, but a 180 no scope works for me too. Say Adekoya gets the second goal for LAFC, and we're in the... No, it isn't. That's Julian Green. No idea where Adekoya was on that play. They look very, very similar, not gonna lie. It's Julian Green getting his third goal of the season, and I believe he is now leading the league in that category. Here we go. Ball up here for Umar. Pulls it in for Green. Green gonna go straight ahead for Adekoya. There's Adekoya. It took too big of a touch. Whoa, LA Galaxy. They almost pulled the Houston and put it in their own net. That would have been quite impressive. K on it, though. We're still on this thing. We still have it in LA Galaxy territory. Back in for K. K takes a shot. Fingertip save by Bingham. Incredible save, and we dribble it. No, actually, how do we get a corner for that? All right, well, that is going to do it. 2-1 over LA Galaxy. I'll be honest, LA Galaxy just stopped running towards the end of the second half. I'm not even sure what happened there, but it looked like they kind of gave up, which is bizarre because they were in that game. It was only 2-1, so I don't really know what happened, but they really didn't try towards the end. So up next, we have Montreal, and honestly, I almost never play this team when we have the opportunity to do so. We only play them, I think, once a year, and I almost always sim it because A, they play a 5 at the back, and it drives me freaking nuts, and B, they're usually like a fringe playoff team, so I never know if I should play them or not, but since I never do, we'll go ahead and play this one. We have one change to our starting 11. Ja'Cory Hayes is going to get the start in place of Mark Anthony Kaye. All right, so somehow, by some miracle, the one time I decided to play Montreal, they're actually not running a 5 at the back anymore. They've switched to a 4, a standard 4 at the back. I think they're playing a 4-1-4-1 or something. Oh, Hayes. Hayes came out of nowhere to get that. It's to Julian Green. Julian Green, he is the league's leading scorer this season, and he is on a fucking tear. I'm sorry. How good is Julian Green this year? He's just been sitting in our club for 3 years as basically a reserve. He might be the best player in the league at this point. How good is Julian Green? Uh-oh. That could be a problem. It's going to be Hu Hing. What the fuck is... I can't say his name. Hu Jing Hang? Is that what it is? Or Hu Jing... What the hell is going on out there? Somehow Ramirez got to that ball. Green. Oh, that's a great ball for Umar. Aminu Umar coming in, playing it across. It's cut down. He's offside, but that was Julian Green again. He's going to have 50 goals this season. He's going to win the freaking Ballon d'Or at MLS because he's going to score like 55 goals. Oh, Bernal missed the tackle. Bernal got aggressive, but you know what? Brett Evans in a deeper role. That's halftime. Brett Evans in a deeper role this year has actually worked. He's actually kind of more defensive-minded than what I would have expected, and he's played very well in that position. This is literally some of the sloppiest play I have ever freaking seen. Layoff back there for Vela. Carlos Vela not missing from right there. And we do capitalize. It's been a freaking disaster. I'm not going to lie. Both teams, it's like we're inheriting their bad traits. They are awful. We're playing down to their level of awful. But somehow we've managed to score 2 goals in this thing. Oh, Hayes. What a brilliant play by Ja'Cory Hayes. A little bit lucky, I mean, not going to lie. It just was. Here comes Green, putting a ball in, far side. And there is a tap in for Aminu Umar, who I think that's his first goal of the season. Did he score against Houston? I can't remember if he did or not. He had a couple of assists. I don't know. That's either his first or second goal, but it's the Green and Umar show. I mean, those two together are absolutely fire. And now it's 3-0 over Montreal. We're starting to pull away here. Ooh, some good play here by Montreal. Finally, they're not trying to go route one and just kick it over the top. Back stick! Did Montreal just score a goal? I think that they did. Okay. Not bad. That was actually pretty decent. All right, well, not really too worried about that. I mean, there's only 20 minutes left. I'm pretty sure we've got this one in the bag. But, you know, just in case we don't, here comes Julian Green again. Oh, Julian Green. I wanted it so bad. Their defense is so awful. We can literally do anything we want. And there is the final whistle. 3-1. The final score here in Montreal. Montreal never really put up much of a fight. And again, at the end of that game, similar to the LA Galaxy match, they just stopped running. They stopped trying to cover our wingers. To be fair, we probably ran them ragged over there. It's a tough task covering Umar for 90 minutes. But they just gave up. It's very, very bizarre. Next up, we have Chicago coming to town, and they're in dead last in the Eastern Conference. Winless after 3 games, a loss and 2 draws to their name. So it's actually not too bad for them. They've only lost 1 game, but we're still going to sim this one. Please tell me we're not going to lose to last place Chicago at home. No, we definitely didn't. And we move on now to take on Dallas, and they're in last place in the Western Conference. So same thing. Go ahead and sim this one. I'm actually trying to rotate like 1 position, 1 spot per game. This time we have Benzai starting for Vela. So just trying to get some of the players on the bench a little bit more playing time. A 1-1 draw. We drop our first points of the season away at last place Dallas. Interesting. And we come back home now to take on New England. Want to have a guess at where they are right now? Yeah, last place in the East. Tied with Chicago. So we're going to go ahead and sim this one too. And then we'll be into the US Open Cup. So there you go. Julian Green, he scored twice. Before we do that, let's go see how many goals this dude has scored. I'm serious, he might actually win the Ballon d'Or. So here are the league leaders in goals scored. Julian Green is at the top of the list. No surprise there. 7 goals in 6 games this year. He is on an absolute tear. Akinola, to be fair, for Toronto, has 6 goals in 7 games. That's a really, really good ratio as well. And then we have Silva from Montreal. He actually did score their goal against us. Barco, the fact that he's actually still at Atlanta is more impressive than maybe any numbers on this list. And then Segura from DC United, all on 4 goals apiece. So, yeah, Green, like I said, Green might be having an MVP season. I don't know about the Ballon d'Or. That might be a bit of a stretch. But, MVP? Golden Boot? Yeah, I think so. So we head off to StubHub now for our first match in the US Open Cup this season. They probably are not going to rotate their team much at all, if any at all. We're going to rotate a little bit here. I do still want to get some of the younger players some time in the Open Cup. Most notably, Frank Park, our second round draft pick this season, in there at center attacking mid. He's got some large boots to fill in Julian Green, but Julian Green is on the bench just in case. I do want to try to win this once again. The US Open Cup, one of our main priorities this season. So if Park doesn't look like he has it, or he doesn't get it, we're gonna go back to Julian Green. So a couple of the rotations in there, but we're ready to go, man. Let's get this thing going. Ooh, nice ball up here for Hayes. Hayes playing it for Ramirez. Man, LA Galaxy are quick to get players back, and that pass was just right at Shkelvik. That's just not good enough. Ooh, that was a lucky little bounce, though. Hayes playing it through for Frank Park. I don't know what he was trying to do there. He looked like he was trying to clear the ball, but either way, he didn't get to it first anyway. All right, Benzai. Do we have time for another attack before halftime? Thinking probably not, unless the ref lets us play. It looks like he is going to let us play. Ramirez, he had Umar as well. He just couldn't get the ball there. That was literally our best look of the first half. We did next to nothing. We're done with this youngster experiment. Green is coming on at the very least. Park's done nothing. And I think that might be it for halftime changes, but we got to bring on some reinforcements. This isn't working. Green, back for Benzai. That's a good play by Julian Green for Benzai. He's coming all the way in. Benzai now playing it across. Stopped initially, but then tapped home by Ja'Cory Hayes. And there's the first goal. Finally, man. We finally got LA Galaxy caught out. It's been a struggle offensively. We really have only created maybe 2-3 chances total in this game so far. We finally converted one. All right, corner for us. 25 minutes left to play. Evans delivers. looking for Julian Green. Usually not the wrong answer, but in that situation, maybe it is. Ooh, good layoff there for Ja'Cory Hayes. And Ja'Cory Hayes has a deuce. Okie dokie then. That's what I'm saying. We're going to lose Mark Anthony K. Ja'Cory Hayes definitely deserves that spot. From what I saw in the comments of last episode, you guys pretty much agree. Ja'Cory Hayes is the right choice to replace Mark Anthony K. And I think that's what we're going to do. Oh, Alessandrini. Oh, that's a good ball up for Lassiter. We have way too many defenders on this side. Now it's here, all of a sudden we don't have any. Ball's in for Jameson. That's a good header, man. Fair play to Bradford Jameson. That was a good header. And he scores against me a lot as well, at a very alarming rate. So, all right, well, it's 2-1. 10 minutes left to play. It's kind of game on at StubHub, man. They're back in it. That was an interesting pass. As we somehow make it work, Atuesta through for Ramirez. I'm not really sure where he's going. Oh, some defenders trip over themselves, and there is the third goal. I don't even know what just happened. LA Galaxy just stumbled all over each other, and it's Atuesta making his third appearance of the episode, and finally doesn't screw things up. He came through that time and put the ball away. Okay, that should be game over with about 3 minutes left to play. Oh, we're coming forward again. Is there another goal in it? I think that there's going to be another goal in it because that's not the one you want to see running at your defense. Julian Green misses. He's missed some interesting shots. I mean, he scored a ton, but he's also missed some easy ones. That one, he didn't even put on target. And that is going to do it right there. 3-1. It was, I would say it's probably a little bit closer maybe than what the scoreline says. LA Galaxy really weren't that bad. They were way worse the first time we played them. We only beat them 2-1, I think, that time. So, I don't know. They were a little bit better in that one, but I don't know. We're just... With Julian Green on the field, he really pulls all the strings for this team. He's kind of like the missing piece almost. Even though we won back-to-back titles, I feel like Julian Green has just taken this team to a new level. So that is where we're going to go ahead and end it for today. We are in first place. We're 2 points ahead of Portland. Although they've played 8 games, we've played 6. We're 1 point ahead of Toronto in the East, though they've also played 8 games. So we played less games than everybody else, but we're still out in front. And I'll tell you, I've made a lot of rule changes for this season to try to bring the level of our team back to kind of level with the rest of the league. We're still, I think, a little bit better than everybody else. I didn't anticipate Julian Green to have this kind of a season either. That was really kind of a shock and an unexpected thing to have happen. But it's not just the level of our team that I think we're having an issue with here. It's the style of play in this league. If you don't know, I also play on live stream with Plymouth Argyle in England. And it's just different. Like, in this series, in MLS, it's like the teams are coded to just play long balls constantly. It's sloppy. It's very, very ugly play a lot of the times. And that's just, you don't see that over there in England when I play with Plymouth. Even though those teams are worse, ratings-wise, than the teams in MLS, they play much cleaner soccer. They play a much cleaner version of the sport. It's just... It's different, and I don't, there's no way for me to fix that in MLS. So I know this is looking still a little bit easy. Once we lose Mark Anthony K, I think we'll be a little bit worse, though Ja'Cory Hayes scored twice in that last game, so I don't even know. It seems like I'm trying to get rid of good players, but the players that are replacing them are either equally as good or better, so I don't know what's going on. It's like we're replacing a high-level player with a player that maybe just fits a little bit better in the team, and it just works out better. I have no idea what to tell you guys, but that is it for this one. If you did enjoy it, make sure to let me know by leaving a like below. Subscribe if you're new. See when we come back for some more LAFC career. See ya.